Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm the news. I've come under the Grandad's news and views, and a big welcome to everyone. Today I'm just talking about the Chinese and Indian troops clash, the problem that's going on between the China and India border. And I've been watching news. This comes from Reuters and the DW News and stuff like that, and various other real good news channels that show you facts, not your bent mainstream media ones like the BBC. And what happens is, basically, I've been watching it for the past 3 months, but these little fights and scraps have been going on. But Donald Trump's involved, isn't he? And now Putin's got involved. Putin said he's ready to mediate between India and China. Personally, I think Putin's the best one to do it because Donald Trump's just a warmonger. And I think Donald Trump's this year, since in the past 3 months, he's already done billion-dollar deals with India to supply them with all the latest technology, weapons and everything. India's now amassed over 100,000 troops on the border of China. Today is, I'll just ask my assistant, what's today's date? The 5th of October. So on Monday last week, because it's Monday now, so it's exactly a week ago, the very first shot was fired into China, a Chinese troop from the Indians. Didn't hit anyone or kill anyone, but the very first shot was fired. So my question is, do you think there's going to be a war between China and India? If you take a look, India's determined, and India, obviously they've got Donald Trump, so they're going to do what the same as they've done with the North Koreans. I've got bigger weapons than you. Mine's bigger than yours. Nah, nah, nah. That's what they're going to be doing. So you've got in Donald Trump, no doubt the British government are behind it. All pushing, and probably Australian government, pushing the Indians to have a war with China. The bad thing about that is it is on the borders. There's civilians living on the borders. There will be loss of life both sides probably of civilians. But the thing I say what people should be worried about, I mean I would be. You see, both China and India are nuclear powers, aren't they? And God knows the true amount of nuclear weapons China's got on its lands. Then again, God knows how much India's really got on its lands and all. But both are nuclear power countries. Now, India's already amassed over 100,000 troops in the past 3 months. Have amassed them right across the border. The actual general of the Indian Army, he's actually said that they've got supplies to get them through the winter, no problem. They're well stocked up on all of the supplies needed and necessary to sustain a war with China. And he's still pumping in the troops and pumping in the supplies and expanding the border. And last week there was shots fired from the Indian side into the Chinese side, for what I gather. I've got to say, and what I'm saying, don't quote me, it's all coming from the news there, news that I trust, like Reuters and places like that. It is something to worry about, because now what's happening now is China has not responded yet. They've not started amassing large amounts of troops on the border and weapons, but if that starts to happen, I think everybody should worry. You've got to understand, how's it going to affect us in the UK? How's it going to affect people in America? How's it going to affect people in Australia? But when you've got two nuclear powers and they do go to war, literally a war like this, if one side starts to lose, you bet your bottom dollar they're going to push a button. Then the other side's going to respond. Now the thing is, you've got China, who's got allies who have nuclear weapons. You've got India, who's got allies like us and America and Australia that's got nuclear weapons. If, for example, say India fires the first nuke, you guarantee China will respond by trying to obliterate the whole of India. But when that happens, then you're going to have who? Are you going to have America fire a few nuclear weapons at China, followed by us, and Australia, whatever, Europe, parts of Europe, and then are you going to cheese Putin off that much? He's going to say, right, I'm going to back China, and he's going to fire some nuclear weapons. Regardless of which way you look at it, everybody throughout the world, even if they just let nuclear weapons off in India and China, everyone across the world will suffer, because you've got your black rain and all that, you've got all that radiation, it's going to spread around the globe. So yeah, people, you can see the escalation starting, and it could be a very serious escalation. You know, back in the 80s and before the 80s, from the 50s, everybody thought that the nuclear age, during the nuclear age, that the world destruction from nuclear weapons would actually start from Germany, you know, on the east-west German borders. And they always thought that that would happen, but the wall came down. But, you know, people did overlook the big thing. I mean, that's why America has never took North Korea, or North Vietnam for that matter, is because of the superpower China. You know, America knows it's got to fight with China. And so does Russia. Now, Russia's not friendly with China because there is a dispute going on between the Russian and China border as well, for what I've heard. But if just, you know, them two countries, it could end up, and it really is, this is the worst it's ever been for decades. And this is built up now, and now India lost 20 troops that were killed by the Chinese when they had that fisty fight. They were chucking bricks at each other and using baseball bats and machetes and bits of wood and all kinds. The Chinese have said no one got killed, but 20 Indian troops got killed. So India, they don't like that. They're not happy with it. There's been a few skirmishes like that before where you've had one or two, but it's now just been it's now out that a captain, I think it was, I'm not sure, captain and 2 troops from the Indian side have now been killed. Not only that, last week there were shots fired into China. You know, this is escalating, and I think the Indians are literally pushing for it. The Indians are going to push for a fight with the Chinese, because they've got Donald Trump behind him. When Donald Trump gets involved, you believe me, there's probably going to be a war, a world war. Well, a nuclear war between China and India. But yeah, my question is, should we be worried? Yes, I believe we should. What do you think? You know, everybody, I'd love to hear from people that's living in China and India. Let me know what you think, because you are the ones that's on the other end of all this, aren't you? Okay, we're not going to get, you know, it will hit us, because even if there is nuclear bombs going off in them two countries, we're still going to get the flak and the fallout coming over here, depending on the way the weather blows. So is America and the rest of the world. But it will eventually go right around the globe if two countries with that amount of nuclear weapons, because they're both nuclear powers. And that's the biggest risk of all, is the nuclear powers. And you know, is China, you know, are they going to try and mix the COVID with the bubonic plague to rid the world? Or are they, you know, is China already doing a biological warfare thing, but it backfired on them and it went around the world instead of across to India? It could be that, but I'm not saying it is. You know, that's just my view. It's, you know, I'm only saying it anyway for a joke. I don't mean that, but it could have been, couldn't it? But what I'm saying now is, you know, are we going to see a war go on there? But for all you people that don't think it'll affect us in any way, think about it. They're both nuclear superpowers. They are both capable of obliterating each other. And not only that, that is the first instance. So all the nuclear fallout from that will be carried on the clouds, get up into the stratosphere and spread right around the world. And then we're going to get black rain and on. Anyone that gets it, you know, you get black rain on you know, you're going to die of cancer straight away. And you will die of cancer. So it is going to damage the world big style if there is two nuclear powers fighting like that. So yeah, don't believe you're not going to get, you know, you're safe from it anywhere in the world. But then again, so that's just them two countries, China and India, contained. But what about if America joins in or Russia joins in? Then we do have a world obliteration. I forgot his name. He's from self-extinction. That we're going to be extinct now. We're extinct now. Mankind is going to become extinct. It's our own fault. But what I can say about that is, yeah, he does sound right. But now he's just talking about COVID. But he's not talking about these things that's happening throughout the world, and all of them are getting seriously close. You know, like Kim Jong-un when Donald Trump was having a bash at him. If Donald, you know, it wouldn't have been nice to see anything fired from either side, because although Kim Jong-un, Donald Trump knows it, he's protected by China. You know, with their massive arsenal of nuclear weapons, and you know, it is a secretive state. So is India, and so is every other country around the world, a secretive state. They're not going to tell you how many nuclear weapons they've got in their arsenal. So, yes, people, are we to be worried? Well, please, give us your views. And everyone I put on this, I tell you, because I'm saying, you know, do your research, you know. I don't know everything. I'm just saying it. I just put it out and I'm just saying I believe. This is what I believe. What do you believe? What do you understand? What's your perception of what you're seeing on the news? Please don't come and quote me anything from mainstream media like BBC or anything like that, crap like that. I'm not interested in, because they're just like fake news channels. I like to go, like on YouTube. You know, you've got the BBC trying to push their crap out on YouTube. I don't even watch it on YouTube. I go to the likes of Reuters. I go to DW News. That's a German thing, and they're so spot on and so truthful. Go to RT News. You know, like the RT News, the Russian state financed news channel. You know, it's nothing like the BBC state finance channel. So, you know, in Russia, obviously you can go to jail if you watch the Russian TV. But you can in this country too, you know, because you go to talk. It's not a civil offence. They're charging you a criminal offence, because when it goes into a magistrate court, that's a criminal offence, not a civil offence. Because the British government's been breaking the law for donkey's years. You cannot take anyone to court for a criminal court for a civil offence, and that's what they're doing. When you go to magistrate court, they go there because they know the magistrate court is an industrialist court. It's run by the elite, the magistrate court in this country, and they're going to find you guilty all the time. That's what's happening in this country, has been for a long time. Even ask any solicitor, they'll tell you the magistrate court it's an industrialist, a business court. It's for industry. And the BBC is an industry, a state-sponsored industry, same as RT. But Boris Johnson doesn't seem to think so by the looks of it. Anyway, tell me, people, what do you think? Are we should we be worried about what happens between China and Russia? I mean, in the UK we're a pretty distance away from them. Should we be worried? Let me know, please, everyone. And I want to thank everyone that comes to my channel. All of the my assistants just informed me I said Russia. I meant China and India border. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for coming to my channel. Everyone that's, you know, subscribed, a big thank you. And all you people that are watching, please hit the bells, hit the buttons. On that note, everybody, stay safe. Have a good life. Goodbye.